Hello, hello, it's Jacqueline Twilley. I have with me celebrity life coach, best-selling author Pervis Taylor. Y'all know these videos are for women leaders in male-dominated industries. Well, we have an expert in men today to help us navigate some of the challenges that we face as women working in a male-dominated space. So excited to share this conversation with you all. So with that, Pervis, tell us a little bit about yourself. First of all, where are we? You see we're in the classroom. We are in Australia at a university doing some leadership mentoring for people, and y'all, the things that we're working on is so phenomenal. So I can't wait.
Can't share it right now.
No, can't share all those details, but wanted to make sure that I shared this conversation with you because I know women face so many challenges and we're focused on solutions. So Pervis, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, everybody. As she said, my name is Pervis Taylor III. I am an award-winning celebrity life coach. And for about 10 years, I've had the privilege and honor of working with men especially and teaching them how to process their emotions and deal with their emotional traumas and forming language around that, which is very, very important for men. I have a master's in clinical psychology from Columbia University, and I just love helping people to thrive in life. I'm the author of the new book, Surthrival, which I wrote for men, which is an easy how-to guide to teach men how to actually process their emotions in an easy-to-follow way.
So listen, ladies, one of the reasons why I'm having this conversation with Pervis, and so my copy of the book is at home. I really enjoy reading this book, and I think all of you should read it as well. As women leaders in male-dominated spaces, it's really important for us to understand our male counterparts to be effective leaders, not only leading a team of men, but working with colleagues and working under male leaders, helping us to understand that psychology so that we can be better communicators and more effective. So that's one of the major reasons why I recommend this book. So you've got to get it. It's on Amazon.
Great read.
Yes. So Pervis, tell us a little bit about why you wrote Surthrival Mode.
Well, it started with myself. I mean, I experienced a lot of poverty, in my masculinity. I was sexually abused as a child. I was bullied. I dealt with low self-esteem, depression, and I thought about myself and how I was in a space, in a silo for so long and not having an outlet or not knowing what to do with what I was experiencing. And pair that with the work that I've been doing with men for almost a decade and them experiencing some of the same struggles. And lastly, the suicide rates, 7 out of 10 suicides are committed by men, and particularly African American, within the African American male demographic from 9 to 22, that is the most fastest accelerating suicide rates. So I wrote this book as my contribution to this big problem.
Yes, so thank you for doing that. Thank you for sharing your story as well. So I want to share with you all one of the things that, this isn't my copy of the book, so give me a second here so I can find it. The mode number 3, articulation. You all know, in all of the work that we do with women leaders, it's mostly about communication. So in mode 3 of Surthrival mode, tell us about articulation.
Well, it's important because so for a fact, women speak on average 30,000 words a day. Men on average speak 10,000 words a day, right? So there is a 20,000 word gap in just how we communicate and process, right? And so for men, part of our healing will come in our words. Words create worlds. Words are very powerful. So it's like a lot of times men are very limited in what it is that we're experiencing. So we don't know how to use sensory language. We don't know how to say, express an emotion or say that we're experiencing emotion beyond happy, mad, or sad. You know what I mean? We'll say I'm tight or I feel a ways, and no one can help that, right? But if you say I think I'm despondent or I'm feeling depression or I'm feeling anxious or I'm feeling overwhelmed, we can help that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so articulation is very, very important because you have to be able to speak what you need and what you want. That's the only way you're going to be able to get it. And I'm sure you teach your women that as well in articulating. But particularly with men, we are very limited in our emotional vocabularies.
So what advice would you give to a woman who's leading a team of men? How does she coach them to articulate so that she can lead more effectively?
I would definitely say have like a one-on-one conversation with them and give them space. So like say I want to talk to you about such and such. Let's talk about it on this date, to give him time to process. So
good.
yeah, so not
Yeah.
so not in the moment. So give yourself, say like, I really want to talk to him about this, but let me give him a couple days to think about it so he can form language around what he wants to express.
Y'all, that was so important. So instead of coaching in the moment, especially as a leader, you're leading a team, instead of hopping right in and giving that feedback at the moment, put some time on the calendar. Give that person a chance to process what's going to happen. Would you also recommend just giving like a rough agenda or?
Yeah, you can give like a brief skeleton.
Okay.
But not too many details. Men, we get overwhelmed with too many details. So if you can provide a skeleton, that would be awesome.
So going back to what Pervis said, this word gap, right? 20,000 words. So when you're putting this on the calendar, don't hit every bullet. I know a lot of women are very skilled at details, providing attention to detail. So what you want to do is take a step back, give that person a few days to process. So don't work vibing in your email or in your calendar invite. Put a rough skeleton, give that person some time to process before you jump into that.
Absolutely. And I think that will create a healthier work environment where communication can flow. Because if you understand how a man thinks, you're going to win.
Yes.
You're going to win.
Absolutely. So y'all, Surthrival Mode is available on Amazon. I'm going to link up to the show notes in the podcast as well as in this video. Connect with Pervis on LinkedIn. He actually does a lot of consulting with corporations as well. So if you'd like him to come into your workplace and work with your team to help you all communicate more effectively, understanding the dynamics, his specialty is men, so for those of you who work in male-dominated industries, this will be a great asset to your leadership development programming. So, Pervis, what last piece of advice would you give us?
Well, I would say for ladies to understand that men are just as emotional, if not more emotional. It's just that we tend to be in silos about what it is that we're experiencing because we're not really given permission or space to really express what it is what we're experiencing. And so we're in a culture of toxic masculinity, which a lot of people subscribe to. But just know that men are feeling things, and don't think that a man is numb. He's experiencing his emotions. He just doesn't know how to process them. So that's the one thing I definitely would offer up. And this last thing too, when you do have a moment of vulnerability with a man where he is expressing truth, know that that's a small window of opportunity. So, take what you get.
You allude to that in the book too.
Yeah.
So, not trying to do a hard pitch for the book, but it's such a good book, y'all. And it's a quick read. It's not one of those books that's going to take you 4 months to get through. So I appreciate your writing style because you explain things in such a practical way that it breaks down for everyone to be able to understand and to start to implement the strategies that you share. So yeah, kudos for your writing style.
Thank you.
All right, y'all, until next time, again, this video is for women leaders in male-dominated industries. I'm Jacqueline Twilley. Thank you to my guest today, Pervis Taylor, and continue to emulate excellence and eliminate excuses.